just because I'm like, I ain't about to go under the table to please a man just because I'm trying to look good for my man. Like, it's crazy because as much as girls want to say, oh, I'm doing it for myself. No, baby, you ain't doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you want attention from your body so that men can look at you. So really, you're doing it for attention from men. You know what I mean? Because if you loved yourself, you'd love yourself just the way you are. You know what I mean?
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy, Coach Kai, coming at you again with another banger as always. So pretty much, fellas, what y'all pretty much just heard is a woman who I was speaking with, and we got on a debate topic about, not a debate topic, we got on a topic about talking about BBLs, right? And how a lot of women tend to say, oh, we get these surgeries for for not men, but for our own attention, our own validation. We don't get it for men. You know the whole saying, fellas, we don't get it to impress men or to get the looks and attention. Fellas, this is a prime example of that a woman is even saying these things, that she's opening admitting, saying like, this is why women get them. This isn't a woman that has one. This isn't a woman that's ever had any body, type of body surgery, material wise, anything in her body. She's just saying what we already know, but she's just proving it to us, right? So when you talk to these women with these cosmetic surgeries and they tell you these things, fellas, you should know. You should know. 9 times out of 10, these are women who feel like, I feel like the whole reason for these surgeries that they have them is because a lot of women want to feel like they are perfect. And the truth be told is, you'll never be perfect. You'll never be perfect to where there's nothing wrong with you, that you feel like you have any flaws at all. It's very rare that you meet a woman and she says, oh, I have no flaws. Like, I don't want to change this. I don't want to change my nose. I don't want to change the size of my ears. They always going to find something. And when it comes to BBLs and, breast implants and all this, and they try to sit here and say it's not for men's attention, it's strictly for them because they want to feel happy or they want to feel like they're a 10 or, breaking the scale, that's cap. And some of us know this, but a lot of us men, we're delusional. And this should be a prime example of how delusional you are as a man when you think of these things, right? And this is why I say the looks is never just everything. The looks is never just everything, fellas. 9 times out of 10, I like a woman who doesn't have any of that, because I notice a lot of women that don't have that, they're just less fake. They're less phony, right? They're less materialistic. A lot of women who are natural, I'm not saying all of them, but your chances are when you with a woman who's more natural, right? She's not going to treat you, like dirt. Like, all that matters is her looks, her entitlement, because she understands the value of a man. She understands what you bring to the table. She understands she wants you to treat you like a king. It's not just one-sided to where you're just treating her like a queen and she's not doing no type of reciprocation back for you as a man, right? So when you mess with a woman who has these BBLs, these cosmetic surgeries, 9 times out of 10, those are the women it's never going to be enough for. Those are the women that's going to want you to splurge on. Those are the women that are going to want you to even pay for, right? And then she'll tell you, oh, it's just for you. It's just, for your eyes, trying to gaslight you in a situation so that you can pay for the surgery. Because I've heard stories, right, fellas? I've heard stories of women actually doing that with men. They sell them a dream. They say, oh, I'm going to feel good for you. And then right when they get the surgery, they end up leaving them. Why? Because they just want it their way. But fellas, y'all got to understand, a woman with that type of mindset who has the knowledge and a thought process to even want a BBL and get cosmetic surgeries, 9 times out of 10, they're going to want you to pay regardless. And they're always going to use the excuse of, it's for your eyes. It's so you can be attracted to me. It's so I can feel like you're attracted to me more. Like, you can't get rid of me. And that's something that I've realized and came to realization about. A lot of guys, they're just blinded by this. And so, fellas, you can't be blinded by it. You have to look past that. And this is why I say, getting closer to the higher power is very important, because once you understand how lust can really take over your life and can also ruin your life, everything changes for you. Right? And I wasn't always thinking that way, because why? Because I was not as close to God as I am now to this day, and still trying to get there. Do I struggle? Of course I struggle with sin, like we all do, right? But at the same time, I understand how important and valuable it is to get closer to him, because things like lust, how we look at women, how we lust over them, how we praise them for the cosmetic surgeries when we see, BBL or cosmetic implants, how dangerous that could be, how it can ruin our life as men. And we see it time and time again. And what is it that we usually see with these women? And we see, like, when they're with athletes and stuff, and the athlete is in the news for something bad happening, right? It's usually 9 times out of 10 a fake, phony woman with a BBL and cosmetic surgery, right? Because it's the lust factor, fellas. The lust is literally taking over your mindset to where you can't even think straight like a man. You can't even look past it. Fellas, you have to get to a point where you can look at a woman and not think about anything sexual with her, sexualizing her off the bat in your mind. I know it's hard because we're men, right? I get that. But these are the uncomfortable conversations that we have to have as men, or else our lives can go from here to here. Our success can go from here to here. And it happens every single day. We see it with the athletes. We see it with the actors, famous people, regular people. We see it in these marriages and these relationships